What's going on, everybody? Reverend Saint here, and finally I'm posting some Destiny gameplay. Yep, from the beta that happened like a week and a half ago. I know, it's a little bit late, but nonetheless, I hope you guys really enjoy it. I know I did. But basically, I'm just going to talk about the entire thing with this multiplayer gameplay that I got. And it's pretty nuts. It was a pretty good gameplay. I really like this map that we were on too. I think I get like 29 kills. I get like a 2.9 KD, so it's a pretty good one. Do some really cool stuff. But I really freaking love this game, guys. This video is actually not going to be very organized, but we're just going to kind of tackle it and go over everything, starting with the multiplayer, or the competitive side of the multiplayer, I guess I could say, because that's what this video is. It's technically like two different types of multiplayer in one. Like it's technically, this is PvP. It's not even like competitive multiplayer mode or anything like that. It is, and it plays kind of similar to like Halo and Titanfall / Call of Duty. It's like a bunch of them mixed together really freaking well, and it's awesome. It's fun. Kind of a little bit to get difficult to get used to, but it's still a lot of fun, especially if you're used to other shooters. You'll be used to this game pretty easily, so it's tons of fun. I really like it. Seemingly though, they do, since it is kind of like RPG-ish, and outside of this, like with single player and everything, guns have like a set amount of damage. You could get like better guns that do more damage and stuff like that throughout the game, because you find loot and stuff like that, and armor and whatnot. But judging by how much multiplayer I played, and I played a decent amount, those damage amounts don't actually carry over to multiplayer. I think they actually have like a set, like, balance to damage for each type of gun, or for each gun. So like a assault rifles like I'm using in this game have a set amount of damage. So like you can find one in single player that does 60 damage, and then another assault rifle that, or it's technically called an auto rifle because it's automatic. Or you can find another auto rifle that does a little bit more, but when you go into multiplayer, they do the same, it seems. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. It seems like that's how it works. Otherwise, you'd get like a really high level just demolishing like a really low level because their guns aren't as strong. So I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Seemingly so, it does work that way. So I really like that. Same thing with snipers. You find one sniper that does like 50 damage, and then you get like maybe another sniper that does 60. In multiplayer, they're going to do the same amount. It's still going to be like one shot headshot, two shot body shot, and that's just how it's going to work. So I really like it. The game works very similar to like a Halo type of thing with damage and stuff like that. It's a little bit less because you're not like super soldiers, so you don't it doesn't take like 50 billion shots to kill somebody. But you do get like your special skills in multiplayer. You get your supers, which I'm using right now actually, the flaming pistol. It's the hunter's super, and basically it's one shot kill all the time. You get 3 shots, or until you run out of time if you don't use all 3 shots. You can get up to 3 kills unless you have a skill that lets it shoot through multiple targets, so you can potentially get more with that, but it's very rare. It's basically a collateral actually. But then there's other skills, like the warlock gets like this really big bomb that they can shoot down and just like blow people up. It's very useful. You can get multiple kills if there's a bunch of people together, and same thing with the Titan does like a ground pound thing, and it's actually like a pulsing damage over time thing, and it does a lot of damage as well. But it's really cool how they kind of tied everything in. It's pretty dang balanced as well, although the auto rifles I did feel like were a little bit overpowered compared to the other guns because of how fast they shoot. So I feel like they need to do a little bit of balancing there when it comes to this actual like competitive side, or competitive type of PvP, I guess you could say, when everything's supposed to be a little bit more balanced. But that's really cool. I really liked it a lot. You get your skills, like your grenade is a skill rather than ammo, just like in single player, and I really like that as well. So it's kind of got like a cooldown, so you don't get tons of grenade spam ever in this game, because grenades are really good and they're extremely useful. So I really like how they did it with just having like a cooldown there. And then you get like another one to hunt. Then you get your class thing, actually, is what it is. And each class has different types of grenades they'll get, but their class abilities is your right bumper. It's like your melee, but it's like a range thing. The hunter gets like a throwing knife. So if you're not in melee range of a living target, it'll just throw a knife instead rather than knifing, and it works perfectly. I expected it to actually be really like obnoxious, like, oh man, I meant to knife him, not throw it, or I meant to throw it, not knife him, and that rarely ever happened actually. The only time I found it kind of obnoxious is like when I was shooting at a guy and I go in for like the finishing blow, the melee. It turns out like I would kill him right before I meleeed with bullets, and then I would accidentally waste my throwing knife and I have to wait for the cooldown. So that was kind of obnoxious, but nonetheless, it's really, really freaking cool. I love it. The melees work like Halo as well, which I feel like all competitive shooters should work like Halo's melee system. So it's like 2 to the front, and then like one to the back type of thing. That's how it should always work in my opinion, and it doesn't work like that in COD. It needs to, in my opinion, in order to make it just way more balanced. But now it's just like you can knife someone's foot and kill them in COD, so it's kind of obnoxious. But nonetheless, it works really well. This game mode was like the only one I got to play. It's called, what's it called? I think it's called Control. It's similar to Domination in Call of Duty, but it's actually more based off of total points, like team points. So basically, like if you get one zone, you'll get one or like a 2-zone bonus. I think is a 1-zone bonus. So it's just like it adds a little bit of extra points for that kill. And then those points go towards your winning score. And then, if you have 2, then it kind of multiplies that zone bonus by 2, and you get more points for that kill towards winning. If you get all 3, then even more points as well. So technically, you could actually win by only having. I guess you could technically have no zones and still win, but it's going to take a heck of a lot longer, and you better not die ever, because that other team will catch up so fast. So if you are really good at not dying, your entire team is like never dies, and then you get tons of kills and you just kill them, they never kill you, you can win without capturing 1 point, technically. But it's obviously not advised. And it's a lot of fun. It was really, really well made and smooth, and excuse me, the frame rate was great. I absolutely loved everything about this game. It was great. I did have some complaints in the single player though, which we'll kind of break off and talk about now. I expected it to be a little bit more open. It's more of like you get like a mission, or you get your quest or whatever, and then you gotta go and you go to, or each mission is already set. Actually, they're like different locations on each planet, and then you go to those locations, and then it's a big open area, and you can like walk around and find things and stuff like that inside of that mission. But if you select that mission, you started it, and that's really the only mission you're going to do during that amount of time. That's all you're going to do pretty much. And there's going to be open areas where there's other players that aren't even in your group, and then you get to certain points where like respawns are restricted. So if you die in a group, it'll take you like 30 seconds to respawn, or someone has to revive you. Or if you're by yourself, when you die, you respawn all the way back at the opening of that area, and you might have to fight your way back through again. But it's really cool how missions work, and I do like it. I just kind of wish it was a little bit more open. Now, they do have like a more open world type thing, which is where all their side quests are. So it's like called an explorer area. So you kind of just zoom down and land without a mission, and you can find like these little like beacons and stuff that actually have missions in them from the tower, and they'll send you out like collect these things from bad guys, or collect these things from these bad guys, or like scout this area, or fight this boss, or whatever, stuff like that. So it's kind of a little bit explored, but it's not quite. I was kind of hoping like the whole thing would be way more open. Like you have one planet, like it's similar to Borderlands, I guess you could say, with how open it is. Like how the area is there, there's big area, it's got tons of quests, and then you can go area to area. I was hoping it'd be kind of like that, but with planets. Obviously, each planet would be kind of like an area. So Earth is an area, and you do the missions there, and then they'd lead you to another planet. The main missions would lead you to another planet, but you got other people all around to talk to and stuff like that. And then you go to the next planet, or you go to the moon, which has missions, and then you go around there. That's a whole other area. I was hoping it would be like that, rather than like you just have set missions that you travel to, and it's just like that. It's a little bit too simplified for my taste. I was kind of hoping that would be a little bit more in depth, but it's such a small thing to complain about, because the game and the missions are so well put together and fun that I can't complain about it at all. So I mean, it's just like, that's like my only complaint about the game. It's really cool. The leveling up system's really cool. You get your skills and you get your gear, and you can level up certain things and just make your character better. Obviously, you get new skills and all this. I really like how it works. I think the max level is only at 20 right now, which I was kind of disappointed at. But nonetheless, it's still a lot of fun. So I'm really looking forward to this game. Everyone I know who played it liked it. My friend had no idea what it was when I first told him, and then I had him download it, and we played it together for hours, dude. We had so much fun. So I cannot wait for this game to come out. Plus, the story is extremely intriguing and interesting. It's really awesome how they did it. And it's basically, they were right when they said it's like you have to play it in order to understand what this game is. Like, when it first was announced, I was like, oh, sweet. And then I saw some gameplay, and I saw what it was going to be and heard what it was going to be like. I was like, I mean, I'll get it because it's a Bungie game and it sounds interesting, but it's not like, oh my gosh, I'm super excited for that game, you know? And it's just because from glancing at it and from watching it, you don't like, it's not exciting like until you play it. And then you get into playing it and you realize what it is. It's like, it's just like, all of your favorite things in certain other games all clumped into one. It just works so well. And it's like few other games have really made me feel the way this game does. One game series, Mass Effect did it. Skyrim's done it. Dragon Age has done it. Games like that just kind of engulf me, make me want to play more and more and more. And this game has done it, including having a freaking amazing multiplayer that's just so much fun to play. So it's like all my favorite things from RPGs that really kind of get me sunk into the universe, and then also my favorite things from like shooters that with the competitive multiplayer and stuff like that. And also Halo did that for me too as well, so I'm not gonna count that out in Gears as well and stuff. But nonetheless, this game just kind of it's on a different level, guys. It really is. It's just to have like such high quality aspects on both sides of things, not just a single player. It's literally like an MMO. You'll see random people running around, other players who aren't in your group, aren't your friends list, and they're just running around. You can like inspect them. You get like emotes, you can dance and stuff. It's just, this game is awesome, guys. You get gear, you get loot that you can change the look of your character, and in certain areas, like when you're in the tower, which is kind of like the best thing I can compare the tower to is like the Citadel in Mass Effect. It's just kind of like this main station where you go that you sell stuff there. You get your a lot of the main story there, your trainers there, stuff like that. And you go there for all of that crap. And when you're there, you're in third person mode, so you can see what your character looks like. The hood's down though and stuff like that, so you see like that means you're not in like combat, I guess you could say. And you can see what your character looks like and do stuff and see a bunch of other people. And then when you go into a mission or you go into multiplayer, the hood goes up. You can see like you know you got your gear when other people can see you and look at you in your full gear, I guess you could say, with your hood up and everything. And it's just, it changes back and forth, and it's just crazy how good of a job they did with this game. And this was a beta. This was like, I apologize if you heard my dad yell, by the way. I don't know why he is. He told him I'm recording, but whatever. Anyway, so it's just mind-boggling. It's a Bungie's like the Pixar of video games right now for me. It's insane. Everything they do is perfect. So nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, a favorite, and a comment down below. Also, let me know what you thought about, if you played the beta, let me know what you guys thought. Are you getting the game? Are you not getting the game? Did this change your mind? Did it not change your mind? Let me know. I would love to know. But there you guys have 29 kills, 2.9 KD, and you also get rewards for multiplayer, by the way. It's not just like you go and kill a bunch of people and get points. You can level up, you get gear, you get like these tokens that you can spend and get other gear, like PvP gear. It's really cool, guys. I love this game. I can't wait for it. I'll see you guys later. Peace.